This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan. With your host, Bradley Summers. And get the latest from Alpena Community College with ACC President Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Bradley Summers, and today I have Cindy Johnson from the Huron Humane Society and two really special guests today, one being Payday and the other being Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Daddy, I love the name. Wow, thank you for bringing them.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Yes, and of course, thank you for being here as well.
Thank you.
We're always second when it comes to animals or kids, right? So
that is true. That is very true.
So I understand right now you have a lot of cats.
We do have a lot of cats. We have over 70 cats right now, so cats, kittens, and any age from newborn all the way up to, I think our oldest is 6 right now. If you're in the market for a cat, please come and see us.
Aw. Well, my goodness, these are two absolutely adorable little ones.
Yeah, they are adorable. And our theme for June is Candy Month, so all of our kittens, cats that come in are named after candy. That's how come they have their name. And it's been a really fun month naming cats.
Oh, I wish you would have brought Butterfinger.
We had him, but he was adopted.
Oh, well, that's great,
Yes.
but unfortunate.
Yes.
It's my favorite candy bar.
Oh, really? We can name another one Butterfinger.
And maybe a Snickers somewhere in there.
We do have a Snickers.
Aw, and you have an event coming up, fundraising event.
We do have an event coming up July 15th, the Butch French motorcycle run. They are doing that on the 15th. We are in that with Friends Together, so we will both share the benefits of that. That's a motorcycle run. They will have dinner about 5 o'clock. We're providing, the Huron Humane Society is providing brats, cheese trays, fruit trays from No Wikis, and Friends Together are providing the desserts that day. We have raffle tickets, there'll be an auction, and all of the money will be divided between the two organizations that they raise.
We want to buy tickets for the event. Where can we go?
You can contact us. Nicole Carr actually is spearheading the ticket sales. So, but if you call a Huron Humane Society, or if you know Nicole, we will get you tickets, and you can also purchase them at the event.
Awesome. Awesome. And this is an event that's been going on for a little while?
Yes, I think this is their 4th or 5th year of this event. Yeah. So we're thrilled to be, there'll be a live band. We're thrilled to participate. Yeah.
That's really great.
Yeah. My little guy wants to go to sleep.
Aw. You know, and it's, you know, I've said in the past, you know, I had 2 older kitties that, you know, had passed on, and, you know, sometimes you just forget how therapeutic it is just to have a little creature like this that's so nice and coy. Wow, very gentle, both of them.
Both of these are just absolutely adorable.
Yeah.
And petting cats and dogs is therapeutic. Even if someone wants to come to the society and just donate their time to sit with these animals, and because think about it, if you have 70 animals, it's impossible for 4 or 5 staff members to spend this kind of quality time with them on a daily basis, and they really need it.
They really do.
It's good for them.
You know, and speaking of the 70 cats that you have, you know, currently at the facility, you have an event coming up that you've had a long time relationship with, is the Bissell event.
Bissell event. We have another Bissell event that starts on the 6th of July and goes through the end of the month. So if you're in the market for an animal, Bissell event base price on cats is $25, and that'll include the kittens that are ready to go, and base price on dogs is $50. They'll leave with a free spay and neuter certificate if it's not already done. They'll be up to date on vaccinations, and you'll get a free vet visit card with every single adoption. So, and during the Bissell event, even the cats leave with a microchip.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, and we've talked about it, in the past as well, but, the importance of having your animals spayed or neutered.
Oh my gosh. The importance not only for the animal, because it makes them have a healthier life. The female kittens won't end up with female infections that cause emergency surgeries. The male cats won't reproduce, and it keeps them from having testicular cancer, which is common if they're not fixed. So, and the longer that they're not fixed, they could have a tendency to spray and all of those negative behaviors that you don't want. So it's in their best interest to get them fixed. And then it helps to cut down on the unwanted pet population, because we wouldn't have 70 cats if animals were spayed and neutered. And I'd also like to point out that if people adopt from, I know they see cute kittens on Facebook and all of that, and they all need homes. But if you adopt from someone who offers free spay and neuters or already spay and neuters, up to date on vaccinations, for that low base price that you're paying, you're not going to get a better deal anywhere else. Cuts down on the pet population. So I encourage people to come to us, go to animal control, go to Second Chance Shelter, and get your animal from those places, because we're trying to cut down on the population. And I can tell you, as many animals as we have in the shelter, we probably have about 50 waiting to come in. We have no kennels. I mean, we have no kennels left to put them. So it's really important to adopt from someone where they're already taken care of.
And we talk a lot about, the importance there for the, keeping control of the population, but it also cuts down on, like you said, like diseases as well.
Yeah.
But, things like parvo and things like that, when you're getting it, adopting an animal from somewhere that, doesn't have all these same resources, you never know what the animal might be afflicted with.
Right. And we took in a couple of weeks ago, and he's really, so if someone is looking for a feline positive leukemia cat, we have one. And he came in, if the cat was vaccinated and inside and all of those things, that would have never happened to him. And his diagnosis, it's hard to say, his infection is active, so he needs a home. We don't want him to live out his life in the shelter. So if anyone's out there, he either has to be the only cat in your house, and then he can, free roam, all of that, or be with another positive kitten. But he's an absolutely adorable cat. It's sad, sad, sad to see them come in like that. But that's part of not being vaccinated and well taken care of. That's what happens.
Well, Cindy, thank you for being here today and bringing your furry friends.
You're welcome.
Always excited to have the little ones with us. These are probably the smallest two that you've ever brought on the show.
And they're pretty big compared to some that we have right now. Yeah.
But thank you again for what
welcome.
you do for the community, and thank you for all the resources that you provide the furry friends out there and the forever homes that you're providing.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Stay tuned after the break for Sarah Gerhusky from the Alpena County Library. Welcome back, everyone. Our next guest is Sarah Gerhusky from the Alpena County Library.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for being here.
Always glad to be here.
So, if anybody out there is trolling through Facebook or looking through Facebook, they're seeing that, wow, the library has a lot of stuff going on during the summer.
Yes.
Give us some of the updates that you have for some of the programming.
So our big thing in the summer, every summer, of course, is the summer reading program. And, it's changed throughout the years, especially during, the pandemic and then after, as people were kind of coming back out and doing things. So right now, how it works is it's an 8-week program. It started on June 17th and it goes through August 12th. And the goal is for kids to make reading a daily habit and goal. And we no longer focus on small little individual prizes. There are individual prizes, but our big focus is on our community prizes. So the goal is for Alpena as a community, from 5-year-old kids all the way through adults of any age, to read 250,000 minutes by August 12th. And right now, we have about 46 days left, and we're almost at 50,000.
Wow.
So I think we're right around 48,000. So we still need lots of help. Anyone can join in anytime. And there's an app or a website, or you can do it on paper where you track your daily minutes. At this point, to win the individual prize, if people start today and read about an hour a day, they will absolutely earn the individual prize and help us make sure that we reach 250,000. And when we reach that amount, there is a community prize for each age level that then unlocks.
Wow.
So as you participate, you earn tickets and you get to vote for your favorite prize. So it's really interactive, and it really is what the community makes it. So for example, for the kids, which is 5 through 9, their options are to have a magician come visit, to have a bubble dance party, or to have a character come visit, so perhaps Clifford or Elephant and Piggy or something like that. But only one will win, and the kids get to vote for the one that does win. So there's lots of elements to it. You can make it as complicated or as simple as you want it to be. So you can just read, you can also attend programs, and you can also write book reviews too.
Yeah, I absolutely vote for the bubble dance party.
Yeah.
I think that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes. Yes.
Hopefully it'll be right at the downstairs of of the new location. Well, not new location, but
well, and that's one of the things that we are doing more, is doing more within our building and around the building. We hope this year that our finale will be in the library. It used to be at the Aplex or at the fairgrounds. Now we're really bringing it back to the library and utilizing, you know, the areas around downtown, so that you know, people can actually come see the library. Because even though we've been remodeled now for, you know, a year or so, there's still a lot of people that are coming in for the first time. So
yeah, and it's such a beautiful space.
It is. It is. It's really amazing, and I think people are surprised when they come in, because the outside looks very much the same, but when you come in, it's just a whole different experience and a whole different atmosphere.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You know what I'm always amazed by too is how you and your team are able to make reading so fun for the kids, and like you said, you know, making it creative, seeing different approaches, you know, and just making it more interactive for the way kids are learning now.
Absolutely.
You know, my daughter and my son, like one of their favorite things, I mean, they would rather be at the Alpena County Library than go down and ride the side-by-side at camp, or you know, do these kind of things. You know, my son is really big into the, you know, he wants that tangible book and the pictures, and he's 5, so he's learning and aspiring to be a good reader, and that's because of the work that you all are doing.
Thank you. That is my passion. It's always been my passion, is helping kids find the right book at the right time for the right kid. And I think that one of the things that we as adults miss a lot is that access and choice. Those are the biggest things to building a reader. So now we have access. We have a beautiful library, and the shelves are all accessible to the kids, and we're expanding our collections. But the number one thing is them getting to choose the book that they love. And that's one of the things that we really focus on with the summer reading program, and really all of our programs, is choice. Finding what you love and becoming a reader because you actually love it and are passionate about it and interested in the topic rather than assigned something.
And they're so proud of those cards.
Yes.
You know?
Getting a library card is very exciting.
And extraordinarily hard to get those books out of my house to get back to return to you, because he wants to read the dinosaur books over and over and over again.
Yes, which, I mean, repetition is great, but as a parent, it does, sometimes you need to take a detour for a little bit.
Well, just to kind of segue away from the younger kids, you also have a teen anime club.
Yes, we have Teen Anime Club. That is going right now every single Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30. We also have a teen book club. Let's see. We also have been adding in a lot of things for tweens, which has been kind of historically overlooked, I would say. So tweens, we kind of separate that into like 9 to 13. Yeah. So, they're kind of still interacting with the younger kids. They really want to be up with the teens, but they're not quite there. So we have, for them now, we're just starting a Pokemon club, which they're very excited about. A tween Dungeons and Dragons. So we have teens that already have D&D, and they love to do that, but now we're starting with something a little bit simpler for the tweens. Storytelling in D&D is a great way to encourage reading and critical thinking. So we have a lot of things like that dropping in, and as well as some volunteer opportunities too for kids who want to help with story time or help prep crafts as well.
Awesome. So there's ways for some of those tweens and teens to come in and do some story time with some of your programming that you have going on.
And for them to feel, we have the, the kids area with all the picture books, and then we have the teen room, and sometimes the tweens feel a little bit overlooked in that. So this reminds them that, we do cater directly to them too, and that there is a space that's been built for them as well.
Yeah, and I know the maker space too has been really well received.
Yes. So we have a maker lab. It is over in across the walkway above Dr. Courier's office, and up there we have a Glowforge, we have 3D printers, we have printer pens, 3D pens, tablets for drawing, sewing machines, Cricuts, and we have had a long-standing program from 4:30 to 5:30 on Tuesdays called Tinker Tuesday, but now we also have added a 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. time slot on Wednesdays.
Awesome.
So we're working on getting that opened up more and more, because not only is it great for kids and teens, but it's also great for small business owners, adults who maybe want to try out some tech that they don't own themselves. So we're really trying to highlight all of the different resources that we have.
Well, I really appreciate, the ability that you have to partner and collaborate too with people in the community, like, with the organization I'm involved with, at the Boys and Girls Club, and, with other ones too, and bringing a lot of people into your space and showing all these wonderful resources, just to make people, recognize how important reading is and literature and having a book.
Yes, and that reading and literacy is not, it's not just one thing. Like you said, for many people, it is the physical book, but we also have audiobooks for free. We have ebooks so that you can adjust the size of the font to what works for you. I tell the kids all the time, the ones that think that they're not readers, that they could turn off the sound on their television and just read the captions. That's reading too. Magazines, newspapers, nonfiction, a manual about how to fix an engine. It all counts. And that even if you don't think you're a reader, you probably really are.
Well, thank you so much for your passion, and thank you to your team for what you're doing to engage the community. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. It's amazing how fast it goes.
It does.
I say that every week, but my goodness. But thank you again for everything that you're doing. And thank you all for joining us today. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and have a wonderful holiday weekend. Stay tuned after the break for the ACC segment.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College. Wanted to share some of the things that are going on this week at ACC. Seems pretty quiet, summertime, but there's a lot of action. And one of the delightful things that happens this time every year is we have a mallard that flies in into our atrium, the Besser Tech atrium, and lays eggs, builds a nest and lays eggs. And it's a perfect spot because it's free of predators, of course. It's completely enclosed. Those of you who are familiar with the atrium in Besser Tech, it's a lovely spot, beautifully manicured and like a garden, like a beautiful garden, by Dawn Lancaster mainly. And it's just a wonderful spot. So all great to lay eggs, but once the eggs hatch, these little ducklings are not going to be able to fly over a 12 or 15 foot wall. So what they do is, as ducklings do, they line up and they seek, and the mom, of course, can fly out, but the ducklings can't. So they have this period of confusion following the mother duck, and we keep track of that. And of course, there's a door into the place with stairs that go down, and our facilities maintenance people have a ramp. That we've seen this happen before. So they put the ramp down and shoo the mother duck out the door. And then, of course, the little ducklings follow in a line. And they go through the lobby of Besser Tech, those of you who are familiar with it. And then there's a door to the outside world. You know, so we open the door to the outside world, and the mother duck goes out through the door, followed by 10 little ducklings. It's the sweetest thing. And then they go down the sidewalk. Of course, then they're looking for water. You know, that's where they're headed. And they come to Johnson Street, which is a pretty heavily traveled area, and it's got a median in the middle, but a sidewalk. So we, you know, guide the mother duckling and kind of stop traffic and make sure the little ones can get across. And then they get across to Johnson Street, and then they work their way around Van Laer Hall, and then they go down the hill, and then they're in the water and off to begin their life as beautiful water birds. So it's a lovely thing, and it draws quite a crowd of people at the college who have experienced this annually, and it's just the sweetest thing. And of course, it's a thing that's ripe for metaphor, and because in some ways that's what we do at the college. Not to compare our students to ducks and ducklings, but you know, trying to, you know, open doors and, you know, direct and, you know, get people to where they need to be and where they'll thrive. I struggled during a presentation to put this into words, but our board chair came up with a classic, succinct analogy, and he said, after witnessing it one time, he said, well, you can't say at ACC that we don't keep our ducks in a row. So we, this morning, have kept our ducks in a row, and it's a lovely thing. So outside of that, yesterday we had a Corrections Academy graduation, which was a lovely thing. We had a dozen folks that go through a state-mandated 160 hours of training. They came from all over, some from as far away as I think Delta County up in the UP, and Marquette, Alpena County, Iosco, Presqu'île, Sheboygan. These are folks that need this training to advance in their career or stay in their career in corrections. That would be working in jails. So that was a fine event, and thank you to Dawn Stone and Lisa Blumenthal for arranging it. Larry Thompson, our lead instructor, wonderful teacher and knowledgeable guy. And then the last thing I have is this is Mary Egan's work. She's the Director of Alumni Relations at the college, and she puts out a newsletter that she sends to about 1,100 alumni. And the most recent issue has a fine story about a 2014 graduate whose name is Amanda McConnell Crumper, Dr. Amanda McConnell Crumper. And she illustrates many students who come to ACC that are kind of under the radar. It's not in terms of the numbers of them, but it's just they don't receive a terrific amount of attention, not compared to, say, some of our occupational programs. But this student, Amanda, Dr. Crumper, came to ACC with the intention of transferring to a four-year school, in which she did. And she became transferred to the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine at Michigan State University, one of the premier programs in the country, for sure. And so she's a transfer student. Many students come to ACC with that exact intent, and it's a great start. So, and that's a subhead. For Dr. Crumper, the first step in her educational path to becoming a vet was enrolling at Alpena Community College following high school, and it was an easy choice. Both my parents went to ACC, she said. So she, in 2014, earned an associate's degree in pre-vet. That's a program that we have. So this would be the foundational courses for people. And she says, ACC was fantastic. I had so many great instructors who were able to give students more personalized instruction due to smaller class sizes, Dr. Crumper said. Completing my first 2 years of college at a community college rather than a university also helped reduce my student loan debt. This is a point we make repeatedly because it's such an important point. ACC will cost, especially if you're living at home, maybe 20% of what MSU or U of M would charge for similar courses, where you would have, in those places, maybe classes of 200 or 300. At ACC, you would have a single instructor with maybe 15 students in the course. So, excuse me. So Dr. Krumper made a good decision, and it has led to something, a dream that she's been able to accomplish to her credit. And it's a great story, and there are many others like it. So have a great 4th of July weekend. Thank you all for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts Bradley Summers and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at WBKB11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production. All rights reserved.